At 10,000 meters in the sky, a hijacker directly detonated a homemade grenade inside the cabin. A hole was blasted in the bottom of the plane, and it instantly lost balance, plunging straight down. At this height, there was no way they could survive the fall. Affected by the explosion, the captain was injured and lost the ability to control the plane. Now it all depended on the co-pilot to hold things together. He kept directing the captain to help pull the plane up. Their teamwork successfully saved the plane from crashing, but the hijacker on board was their biggest danger. The hijacker forced them to fly the South Korean plane to North Korea. To ensure the passengers' safety, the co-pilot had to agree to the hijacker's demands. After calming the hijacker down, the co-pilot checked the damage to the plane. Besides the small hole in the bottom, everything else was fine, and there were no casualties. He temporarily blocked the hole with a suitcase. The captain had wanted to send a distress signal when the hijacker wasn't looking, but before he could finish speaking, the hijacker caught on. Now they were completely on their own. The plane continued to be forced to fly toward North Korea, but it was intercepted by fighter jets at the border. To stop the passenger plane, the fighter jets opened fire. Fortunately, the co-pilot's skill helped them avoid the attack. But with the passenger plane's limited power, it was nearly impossible to shake off the fighter jets. The co-pilot had the flight attendants watch the fighter jets from the back and report back at any time. The hijacker also quieted down for the time being. The priority was to figure out how to dodge the next attack from the fighter jets. The plane kept flying toward North Korea. Before long, the fighter jets caught up again. The flight attendant spotted the fighter jet on the left and immediately told the co-pilot. Just as the fighter jet was about to fire, the co-pilot suddenly pulled up, evading the attack. However, the fighter jet was incredibly agile and quickly came after them again. Bullets pierced the plane and hit the hijacker, but he was lucky and didn't die instantly. The co-pilot sped up and flew into the clouds. Then he had the captain get ready to release fuel. Worried about the passenger plane crossing the border, the fighter jet quickly followed again. The co-pilot immediately had the captain release the plane's fuel. As the switch was pressed, most of the fuel on the plane was sprayed onto the fighter jet, completely blocking its view. The fighter jet had no choice but to give up the chase. However, just as they shook off that fighter jet, another one closed in. The pilot warned them that if they didn't land on the coast, he would attack again. The captain had no choice but to comply when a handgun was pressed against the back of his head. What do you think the captain should do next?